You both okay? Yeah?
You warm?
That's a question with a microphone. So we thought maybe we would just let you do it once. You've had like a couple of rehearsals, haven't you, only, with Gregory, and we've attended a couple of them. Just do it once, no pressure, and then we'll go through it, and then at the end, we'll let you show it again and see where we are. Is that okay, Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Stand on the side.
Okay, whenever you're ready, and walking on. That was really good. Yeah, really good. So I know we're going to do it like, I think at the beginning, Ella, did you go wrong today? Front and front and front and back. I think you went the other way. Think in the moment. Yeah, that's good. Remember that from here, as you come down, the emphasis, the music is on that one, and then this one is the back that moves the arm, and then the beat is on the back foot. Yeah, so front and front, front and front and front, lift, back and back and back. Then you did this really nicely. Yeah, great.
Can I just talk about the entrance at the beginning? Just because, as Jane Pritchard said, it's a romantic ballet, and at the moment it's looking like a classical ballet. So you're both doing like a grand pas classique start. And what you want to do is, we didn't really look too much at each other. We walked on, and then it's almost like you catch eyes right at the top of the fifth. So again, the entrance is quite romantic, and then you catch each other's eye there, which takes you into the, yeah. And at the moment, it's looking a little bit disconnected. I mean, you're looking at each other to come on, and then it's the audience. And actually, it's almost like it's an intimate moment between the two of you. So that's what we want to see from the beginning, that you come in, you sense each other, and then you catch eyes just as you get there, and then you go into your knee position. And good. Spacing was good, actually, because I was watching for the spacing to begin with. That was really nice, the spacing. So you get to here. Just make sure all of those arabesques, because you've got a lot of facility. Make sure that they don't get stuck and it feels like a balance. Okay. It has to have a breath. It has to have a breath. There you go. That's it. So it's almost like it never stops. Yeah? So you get to this position. Now that step. Yeah. Should we clarify just
this was
the
good,
arms?
Ella. We spoke about that, like I almost see now, not when I did it, because I hadn't done, but I almost think of dreaming this one. We spoke about that. So you really travel that. This was really nice the way you did that. Now this one needs a little bit more movement. So one arm goes across.
So the arms are sort of open in the faille. One arm across, only one arm. Then, and make sure that at the moment with you, Harrison, what I see is I see the neck and the back bend. I don't see the breath in the chest. I don't see the emotion started in the stomach, and then it becomes, yeah, let it ripple. Let it ripple. Yes, yeah. So it doesn't become a forward and a back. It becomes a, that's it. Just remember, emotions are not in your heart, they're in your stomach. Okay. Nervous, yeah, butterflies, love, butterflies. So it's sort of, I've got a gut feeling, yeah? Everything comes from that. So if you think of the stomach being involved, then the movement becomes real rather than a cumbre, yeah.
Yeah, that's really true. Just with everything you do starts from here. Do you want to just try that once together?
Should we do that with the music, actually?
Sure.
You have the rod? Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, okay, just 6 to 4.
Thank you.
Now feel it in there, back and through and up, breathe.
Don't be
1
late.
and 2 and through, breathe. 1, 2, and let it take you, go. Each other as you go. Up and through. Good. Okay, nice.
Thank you, Rob.
Yeah. From here, Ella, just because of this one. Which way are you going? Sorry. That way. No, into this one. Same way. So, yeah, it's the same as one. I think the arm is almost 1, and make it 1 movement so it doesn't stay. Make the back move the arms. There we go.
Now for the next bit, that arabesque was better, but you're doing the jeté with your eye line, that way, and you want to go right up and right down.
Yeah, that will serve.
Romantic, yes. Again, that feeling of romanticism. There. And look right up. And also it's an illusion. If you land with your head up, the audience still believe you're up. Yep. If you land with your head down, yeah. So create that illusion that you're floating. That's it. Nice.
Just sorry, we're both talking at the same time. I can see Ben like that with the camera. Just be careful you don't lift this arm. So once you go, remember always the back moves the body, the arms. So it's the back that moves the arms. It's the forward that creates enough. From here, just lift up. It's like a breath. So you go up to second and then you come again. Good. Then you go to this moment, Like a reach to each other a little bit.
Before the entrelacing?
Yeah.
Yes. And again, every time you're apart, you want to feel that there's something pulling you together, like a magnet. So when you come up, you're looking that way, but only to come back to her. So if you're looking away, it's a sense that it brings you back to her.
You almost felt it with your back then, yeah.
And I like to do sort of, don't make it so obvious, Harrison, you're very good at checking where she is, and then you're going to make sure. Feel that you will be behind her and just get a little bit close to her. I like to do that. Ella, can you come and kneel here where you are and just go right behind Ella, but the same leg as she has. Just, exactly like Ella, exactly like her. And now do it together, because I want to check that you both feel the same amount of bend forward, all the way down. That's it. All the way right back. You see, can you feel her back? So match that.
You can even go a bit more.
So go forward, touch the floor. Palm.
Right.
Palm.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. And then palm. And then that arm has to breathe with it as well. So Harrison, you're going to go this way, and even the head does that.
Yeah.
So you get, every movement has a body, a head,
a little bit more
and a
with your
breath.
front arm as well,
That's it.
Ella. So from back here, you drop it a little bit to come up again. Yeah.
Go forwards
Yeah.
again. Forward.
Just like the
And then
music.
roll, yeah. Make sure you're slightly doing
yeah.
that way.
In
And you wanna
between the
go
two.
Almost that way. Yes, that's better. Do you feel that? Yeah. So it's a sense of circular movement rather than front, side. Yeah, good. Now,
if we turn it, could we just for the spacing, and maybe just move back a tiny little bit just for the, just to do it the way that so how we land from the entrelace. Because ideally, if you can just kneel and you're close to each other. Exactly, yeah. It should feel like we go forward, so you both disappear that way, and then you come back, so we see you on either side, and then breathe together, and then breathe. There we go. And
that's it.
yeah. Pam, this was good.
And then, Harrison, because you're behind her, you really have to do the back action quite far. So we see you behind Ella. That's nice.
Good.
Good.
This was really nice, Ella. Again, I thought of dreaming this, like we talked about it, that bit that she does. Just, this was much better. Make sure that we see that's pulling you up slowly, three of them. One,
nice.
and lift, and lift, and the fourth one right up.
Seeing
Yeah,
her,
there we go.
seeing
Nice,
her,
good.
You're adoring her.
Is that into fourth, or do you close it to fifth? Fourth, okay. So then from here, you're going to close. This lift was better too. It's difficult, this lift. It looks easy, but you're tucking, you're tucking your legs better. So it's almost like a little ballroom tuck,
We talked about, how do you feel, Harrison, about the kneeling? Do you feel more comfortable on that knee? Just to explain that when Harrison was taught by Gregory, he was taught to kneel on that open leg, but I clearly did the other leg to mirror. And, Lau and I, we've talked about that we never change anyone's, not even Ashton's. We really stick to whatever we've been taught. We're really true to the version. So I don't want to change it. It's notated, but just think that it could be, it's just the way it comes down. It's nicer symmetrically looking. And also it means, because with this knee, what happens at the moment now, you fall that way. And with this knee, it has a sense that you could actually use your body and offer your hand. Yeah,
I remember that's what Frederick said, right? Yeah. So I think we might have to change the notation for that reason, so it changes.
And the interesting thing with Frederick is obviously he was very, very active for a 90-year-old, but he demonstrated obviously arms and head and upper body mostly. And actually that's what stayed with us, how important, because for Ashton's work in particular, but how important all of this movement is, and especially when you see the person who created it, who could really show it, and he was very particular about the use of the body. And that's why I think, depending on the angle you are, it really gives you more feed into that. But we'll try, because that might, and Ella needs to come down.
She was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it naturally. You're making my job very easy today, Ella, thank you. Okay, that wasn't as good. So it's a little bit more that way, if you can. Yeah.
And then bringing her down.
And bringing her down.
That's it,
so you put the right foot front, there we go, yes. And forward with her.
And you can delay it a little bit. Do you mind if I come in here, Ella? Just So when the ladies are halfway, because this is secure, as she touches the floor, there, you can then kneel.
Okay.
Because we always change our position when it's the least sort of disturbing for the lady. So once she hits the ground, you can almost let go a little bit. So also, because at the moment Ella's back and she's trying to pull her leg forward.
Yeah.
So you can let her go onto her leg and then it gives you more freedom to kneel as well.
And Ella, for you, all of this, which are like drapes, right? So remember that you're not just back, extend all the weight, that you're almost up and over. So you create
Or sideways.
really that platform, especially in this one. So as he brings you down, you can just make that transition. And this is very romantic, soft almost. So it's got that feeling of wonderment or dreaminess. So you're not hitting that position, but your eyes are kind of thinking of what it could be a little bit more, yeah. And lift, good. That's much better. And down through,
Nice.
yeah,
And then it looks really smooth.
good, yeah. No longer than that.
It's just
Tell me.
Keep them,
Getting used, yeah,
keep them
slightly, yeah.
rounded.
It just because it's, yes.
Yeah,
it's-
yeah,
But
nice.
again, because
Beautiful.
the ladies that way, it's nice for you to be mirroring sort of symmetrical, yeah. Now this next thing, because there's a lot of mileage for Ella.
Yeah.
Now make sure, so the beginning one is fine. Just make sure that, Harrison, that your legs are always
So you get up.
almost to
Lead
the
it.
side
So
completely.
from here.
They tend to drag back,
Lead it with
which
that.
means it gets in her way to get closer to your arm.
Not with the high
You
arm,
want
sorry,
them
that
in
was just
front.
me.
That's it. So it's almost like your arm is further back than your leg, because if the leg is there, so have it there and the hand a little bit further back.
Now, the idea of this, it needs to be a bit more dreamy again. It was almost, we were explained, you put your cheek there. As he moves, you almost still feel it, and then you go to the other side. So it has that feeling of there, sorry, not that. There, as he goes, it's like it stays there, and that makes you move. So you have those little moments. Cha-chum, pam, pam, go.
Sorry.
And down and up. Really place it for her, like, yeah. And down, and as he goes, keep it, yeah.
Good, good. I remember working on that step a lot with Frederick, because it doesn't want to look too fan kick. It doesn't want to look too energetic.
Okay.
So again, you want to be seeing her. Also, you want to see her. So from here, you just go like this. You look up with the arm, but what you're doing is you're already looking for her. So look up and then see if, yes. There. That's it. So she can, and then the same thing, you go, shoom, look up and try and find her. There you go, yeah? And then the slower that leg is, the less it's going to look
Yeah.
aggressive. And
Let's
that's
just
good.
hear it once, because
Yeah.
it's so, like all of Ashton's work, it's so in the music.
Should we hear from the,
Yeah.
so we can see those arms. So is that the port de bras?
Yes. Just
After the entrelace?
Just
Into the, yeah.
yeah.
Now really hear it. And up and
Okay,
down.
1 second. Sorry.
Yeah.
Harrison, you're being, yes, there's that note that it sounds like it's the one, but it's not. And then make sure, Ella, the same as, you're both going to go on that end of phrase, breath. Da, 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 one. So we get that breath allongé before.
Yeah.
Boom.
Elbows no higher than that. Don't get them up. Just breathe with the elbows, gather something, and then Harrison, I have a feeling you're going to have to go back a lot more so it opens that way. So you're both, yeah, up and over to go. Good. One more time. Thanks, Rob. Same, dreamy. Hold and lift and fully down and hold and, yes, nice.
Good.
And go.
What? She's
Yeah,
left it.
okay,
Sorry.
you're a little bit late.
We're a bit
Yeah,
late.
that's, it's difficult.
As soon as you kneel, you have to go. 'Cause
That's
it's
the
a three.
difficult thing about this pas de deux, because you have to look like you're dreamy, but you've got like a count to do that. So this was really nice. This was good. I think you can still be a little bit lower on this. So don't go already with the two arms. Make them even. So even and up and up, and it's only really the last one that it opens up into a fourth. Yeah, exactly. There, and lift down. This was really nice. Same, almost gets too positioning. Feel it almost going down your shoulder blades a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, no more than that with the head. It's more like when you're wondering something and you're more like this than, oh, I wonder if I'm going to go later. Just more a little bit. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and in front of you. Don't get them behind. Especially with Monica here, because it's always about their arms being in front. So right in line with you. Put the shoulder blades down, and then you're there. Good. So 1 and 2, and up, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 1, and 2, and 3. You're there. Yeah, you're there. 3 and 4. And I'm not singing the right music. I'm sorry. This is pointless. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Good, good. The getting the leg up is good. Just slow. That's what is going to make it look smoother. Put the brakes on. Put the brakes on rather than going a little bit. Yeah, just a tiny bit so it doesn't feel like a. Good.
I can have more weight.
You can bring it closer. So bring it where the other one is. It's almost like you've replaced. So it's replace. That's it. And then you replace. That's it. So that arm and that knee are constantly. Yeah. Good.
Hear it one more time. Shall we just go from
Yes, we can go from
yeah.
into the lift. Da, da, da.
Yeah, we've got to get on with it quite a lot.
Yes.
2, 3, and 4.
1, 2, kneel, 3, go Ella.
And 4, 5, head to hand and go. 2, and let him take the hand off, stay there and go. Good.
Put the brakes on that leg, Harrison.
Much better. Good.
There you go.
2,
Good. Should we talk about this?
yeah.
Thank you. Good. That last one was really good. Did you feel it with the leg? It's the putting. Yeah. It's just making sure you put that.
This one is a really, really hard step. Like it doesn't look it, but it's difficult. I think it's been so much more on your supporting leg, so you're not going for his hand, but it's the leg and the arm. It's like you are searching for his hand. So if you can work that leg a little bit more. Yeah, so, and 1, and 2.
Good. And then just make sure that that grip can look a little bit more elegant and a little bit less, yes. So it just feels like a gentle touch. So it comes from both of you, but especially do not over grip. Yes, because you can still close it a bit, but it doesn't feel like you're both. Good. And then ideally, we haven't talked about spacing, but you would be on center for all of this. Because you kneel on center, and then, of course, you're here, then you travel, but then Ella, when you come up, you make yourself center when he's walking around you, to make sure that we start that right on center.
Let's try it just before we do it with Rob. Let's try it once. So, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Lift up on 6, and search for his hand. There we go. That's better. Yes. 3, and 4, and 5, and same hand. Good. Yes. And you put it there.
Yeah.
She. Yeah.
So you want to be slightly ahead of her, because you're indicating, and it's almost so you're playing a game. Can you catch the hand? Can you catch that hand? If I put it lower, so make sure that you're there, that it doesn't look like Ella is going, I need it, I need it.
And even the first one, Harrison, because the second one is always good, but once he's done that, you almost need to anticipate it. So we're very aware that that's why she goes to it more than I'm there because I can't go anywhere else.
I just think because of the arabesque starting in this direction, careful you don't finish the promenade flat, because then Ella's having real difficulty getting around. So almost finish her a little bit more diagonal. So she's from diagonal to diagonal rather than flat for that. Yeah, keep the promenade diagonal. Should we do it with the music?
Yeah, let's do it with the music.
In 2 hands?
Yes.
Sure. Thank you.
Now even here, breathe and find that stillness. Hand and search. Good. 2, 3, nice and slow. 4 and 5. Only get there. 1 and 2. Now present your left leg. Now your right leg. Okay. Yeah, you're too quick.
Yeah, the music's pulling out, which is nice. So make sure that you stay with the
Well, at the
count.
moment, and I'm not sure if this is you, Harrison, but at the moment it goes from here to here. Do you mind just holding me up, Rick? So it's a little bit more there, and so I'm actually fully on this leg to extend. Then you can take your time. And at the moment it goes from passe down. And there we go, and search. Yeah, make sure your hand is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and cha, pa, pa. Now make sure it's there for her, and it's there, and she finds it, and it's there. Then keep that core engaged here, so you can go, there we go, and up. Now he puts it, you find it. Yeah, don't anticipate him. Yeah, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
You find him, so once we've done whatever the last two, especially this ones, because they come down, you look, and you get there, and it gets lower
and I think it's,
lower.
Harrison, I think you're trying to really go, but each side of Ella, and you don't actually need to, as long as the hand is there, because at the moment what it's looking is a little bit too, yes. And the same thing with, I think you're pushing Ella forward a little bit on those. So let Ella be almost more on your hand, so she can decide when she wants to step, if you've got it. But if you're already stepping, because I think you're stepping forward to give the hand, so what you're doing is you're taking her with you. So you can keep her on her leg and still get, so that hand doesn't move with you.
That's up to him, Ella, don't go back yourself. You know, it's all about the core. This will keep you, and then you can find and search and have some apple one. And hand 1, and search for it, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, hand, look. Natural to the hand, there we go, yes.
That's better.
But now it's all about the hand, not him. And hand
And then just the hand,
hand,
that's
you're
it.
there, and lower.
And then put it.
And get lower,
That's it,
even more,
Harrison.
right down. Down and down, yes,
That's
there
it.
we go. Yeah.
Do you feel that now, that you're not?
Just doing less.
It's doing, yeah, because what you're doing is you're coming down stage rather than going side to side. So you actually want to do smaller steps, so the hands can be further down stage. If you go sideways, it's good. Then after that, you do the glissade, right?
Yeah.
You didn't have much space because you weren't on center. So once we sort the spacing out, it'll be good. So that goes into that.
This was really
Right,
nice
eh?
position. Ella, remember from this one, from landing, that this is going to help you direct it, so it helps you to get up. Yeah, you'll find that in like 70 ballets in the Royal Ballet Rep, so that will serve you.
So that's good. The scooping was good. Now, once you get to this position,
Yeah.
help her a little bit further on to get into fit. There was a little moment of mechanics, and that's fine. That's it. Then jump, palm. Then travel the glissade. You want, yes, you already want to be going that way, Ella. So you want to almost be going this way. So Harrison can take you there, and then you've got a much bigger diagonal for this, because you need to be right back there. Yeah.
And lift. That's
And
nice,
then bring
good.
her down.
Now,
That's it.
fully with the, yeah, I actually don't think you have to think about the landing as much. So once you land, is this leg, you need to give it a full rond, you need to go right down, then you need to come up. That's more important. There we
Yeah.
go.
And I think indeed, because it's,
Yes.
we talked about in the notation that it's written, you land there, but it's more like a landmark, as in you're landing on that leg, but that leg keeps moving rather than show and stop. And I want to talk about this because this is, I love, that's the highlight. This is the real, and I feel that we as partners, we need to do slightly different to what the audience see. So I'll explain that. So if in order for the lady to be free and go back, we need to give them support the other way. If we go back with them, what they end up doing is, and she's not doing that, but I can see with your arm, that if you had it a bit more upright, Ella can actually be freer. That's it. And then this arm, and again, that was good. So this arm has to be in her diagonal. Now, and then zoom.
That's better.
Nice. How does that feel, Ella? Good. One, push it forward. Yes.
Yeah.
Jump and then push it up.
No lower than that on that one.
Gorgeous. Yeah, that's nice.
Now you can go low. Right on.
Nice.
Yeah. This one, I think you can keep her on her leg a little bit longer.
Yeah, I need to change his legs.
Yeah. Okay.
No, sorry. So that one, you actually have
Like
two
the
legs
Lego
together.
exhibition.
Oh, okay.
So for that one, you match her completely. So
Got a
for the
microphone on my back.
okay. So for that one, you arrived at it. You stayed this way. So you both you're in two legs to allow her to do that fully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a ripple, but you go back and down, back and forward. And full and back. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
And this just needs to
Good.
travel a little bit more. And actually, again, Harrison, you can help
Yeah.
by just guiding, but also almost taking weight of her pelvis so she can move her feet lighter. So you're almost making her float.
And completely mirror each other and
Da-da-da-da.
jump.
Good. And then you can't go ahead of her. That's the only thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Hip to hip, remember.
But you
always.
had her.
And hip to hip. Now mirror each other. Breathe the same.
That's it.
Down the same.
And then-
yeah.
And then that's the same. There you
Yeah.
go. That's good. And yeah. And ahead to the front, Ella. So you've done there again into that. Because already, if you're already there, there's nowhere to go. You want to be here, so you both do the glissade again that
I
way.
think again it has a sense of wonderment. That's what's coming to my mind most today. You know, that kind of feeling of you're going somewhere, and then you just have that moment of pause. So you're not hitting a position, but you're just wandering before you go to the next thing.
Should we do with the music the hands, from the hands, to get the right, just sticks into the hands? Is that first hands?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry, let's just stop there. Good. Yeah. I think you have to just lift her.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that much. From here, it's all of this that she's going to lift for you to turn. Up and two and down, lift. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you can be a little bit looser with the arms. So when she finishes the jeté, you want to help her to begin the fouette, but then you almost need to let go so you can swap to the arm that you need to, thank you, sorry. And I think you're trying to over-partner and you get to a position where you're compromised with your arms and then having to, so just give her the guidance at the beginning and let her be a bit freer into that fouette.
This was much better. Make sure we don't lose your eyes fully. Like you're a bit more searching. Yeah. Anyway,
Quite
we'll
nice
leave
to
that,
have
otherwise
that.
we're never going to make it to the end.
Yeah, that's the nice light-hearted moment, which is good. Shall we hear from, do you have the jeté?
Yes.
Thank you.
6 in.
Perfect, thank you.
Down, change, good. And change, and up, good. Now down, and she fully goes and.
Should we stop 1 second? Good, 1 second. Good. Very nice.
Much
You're
better.
a very considerate partner, which is nice. But the more experience you get, the more freedom you give your lady, the more she's in control of her own work, the quicker transitions happen, if that makes sense. And we feel that when we're off balance, yeah, I can tell when you feel. Sorry, it's like singing in the rain. So it feels that you want to go up, turn, grab, and actually.
It feels like you want to go up, turn, grab.
Yeah. And all you want to do is put her on her leg. You just want to go up the leg and just let her do this bit. You see a very little bit of pinball. Sorry, just try. So she's also in control of what's happening. And just bring it on. There you go. Yes, nice.
Yeah.
Do you
Don't
feel that?
think of this
It's less
drag.
fumbly.
Yeah.
Don't think of this drag sideways.
More.
Yeah, like both of you. That
think
even
Ella's-
though
Ella's a
she's
bit-
open, but it's not this way, you're just so you can lean on that, then it'll be easier for him once you put the back. Yeah, there we go. Good. And keep that foot pointed at the back.
There you
Turn,
go.
good.
Nice.
Now, up and lift and
Good.
up
That's okay.
and down
Good.
and.
And I think another
Less.
thing that we do as partners is the lift is very good, and then you're trying to be so careful that you're taking so long to put her down that it's actually for both of you, because she wants to feel the ground. And so once you start the descent, you put the brakes about here, and then just the last bit, the hydraulics of the last bit, rather than all the way from up there. Just
So
the last
musically,
bit.
and up and two and down and jump, pump, hand. That's an important moment. It's almost like a moment of going to your destiny or something like that.
Yeah.
So both of you are there before you go.
And that's the nice thing, because we were talking about that every time you do the back and you arrive, it's like you can see the future together. That's what that moment of before the freedom, that see the future. So we get that real sensation. Can we hear just from the jeté, and then we'll pick it up for that? Thank you.
You both okay? Yeah.
So we're going to hear from the jeté into the drag. Thank you. And drag. Up. Down, joie. Lovely.
Value, down, down, ripple. Good.
Thank you, yes.
That's the only one, that's that one, Ella.
That's the normal jeté. Good.
Yeah, really nice.
Very
so
nice.
much better.
I still feel that there can be a moment after this yum, bum, ba, ba, ba. Just a moment of heartache. Melt, melt, ta, ta. Arrive and reach and wham. Yeah, and I think Harrison, you're going before Ella. Okay. So what's happening is you're trying to do this before so let her guide her completely. Let her take you. So you're reacting to her ripple rather than make it happen, if that makes sense. Yeah. Should we hear with music, just because it's nicer, gives the emotion?
And then the next one is going to be, the coming down was gorgeous. That's perfect, yeah. It's going to be the normal arabesque one into the drag, yeah.
6 in, thank you.
Destiny, lift, forward.
Good.
And
right.
Forward, hold, good. Let the music ripple through your body. Now travel.
Good.
Breathe
and
together.
Just to center.
Lift. Hold and.
Good.
Nice.
Good. Up ahead, no? Shall we stop?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Thank you, Rob.
Very nice.
Very nice.
I felt like we both wanted you to travel because we both said it. And travel, yeah.
Because it's good to just get to center.
Bourrée back's always that feeling for ladies. You feel like you want to go back, but then you're scared of it. You need to keep quiet forward with it on your hips. Good.
And you can put as much weight on his arm as you want, Ella. Use him. That's what he's there for.
This was...
He's not just decorative.
And corner. This was really nice. The jeté was gorgeous. This was really nice, Ella, because you filled it right to the end. Now, I think this might be a slight change that we're going to make in the notation, because that's what I kind of remember Frederick saying. You look back at him as he takes you down. This arm goes. Then you lift up into a full fourth arabesque back. Then as he goes, you look back again, and then you go down that way. Yeah. Be careful that not that way, but a proper port de bras. So through the first, down, and then lift up as he puts you on your leg. Hint, hint. And then back that way. Change. This is moment of expression before you go all the way down. Lift, 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 lift. Yeah, nice. He's kind of got to do it all. All you have to do is this part of your back. Yeah. Yeah. And it's really the music. Da, chum, bum, pa. No, not that music, some other music, but the music.
Shall we hear it? That was much better with the coordination between you two working on that.
That'll be lovely. Thank you, Rob.
Just 6 in.
6 in.
Yes. 2 and 3. Right down. 4. And more back. No, as in back, as in shoulders. 2.
Twist.
Now put her on the leg and twist. Good.
Good, good.
And 1 on. Good. Little bourrée. Good. Mind your 5th, Ella. Okay, let's stop there.
Good, good, good.
Time.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice. This is
5
again
minutes.
another very, very hard step. Yeah. This is really difficult.
Yeah.
I know
And
you
it's-
can't
it
do
is
much,
finding-
but just
finding
make
once
sure
you
you
do the
never go
drag,
back on
it's
it.
almost like you
Remember,
have
the
to go
twist
back
is
to-
always a lift and
Come back to
around.
that leg.
So you've got a straight line
Swap
here
over.
more than
Oh,
leaning
so
on
you
the
know
hip.
that you're
Good.
keeping her on.
Then
As
this
soon as we
is a
walk
bit
around,
Giselle, like
we're
in my
gonna lose
mind.
the balance.
So from here,
you
you should stay on
swap,
point with this
boom.
leg. So arabesque,
That's it.
point,
That was nice.
and like you're both trying to touch each other, but nothing is there. And then again, arabesque and point right down on that right foot. Arabesque and mind your arm is not behind. Down and arabesque. Yeah. And good.
Good.
And
Yes.
arabesque.
Remember what we, yeah.
Yeah.
And remember what we talked about, that you're not going to hug from the arms.
Yeah.
You're going to hug
Yeah,
from the
nice.
chest,
Gorgeous.
chest first, chest, head, arms, in that order. Chest, head, arms.
Jump,
Yeah.
pump, change, down, jump, pump. 1 and go down, jump. There we go, yes. 1 and 2, and this one, you can really make something of it. I know you haven't done Giselle yet, that will be to come, but it's that feeling of it's gone, so it's not so wristed, but you're kind of there and he's round the legs. It's like a moment that's gone.
When you
Yeah.
kneel, sorry, you're right there at
I
the
finished.
end. That's fine. So when you kneel, because you're around her, then as she bourrées, before the last lift, you can be in this position, which is nice. Because what we want to do is disguise all the preparations into lifts as waiting. Yeah. So you fill them out. You're in the knee, and you're adoring, and it's your hands are there anyway. So that's why you go to them, and then you do that. Just make sure for that last lift, one thing, we always want to do the switch facing the back. Yeah, because the audience don't want to see it. Yeah. So what you do is when you face the back, you switch there, and then you appear at the front. And I felt, Ella, that front leg could have opened. Yes. So it's 2 attitudes, because he's swinging you to the floor, and you don't want to have that knee.
Yes. Okay.
And again, natural. Yes. What I mean by that is, don't make it a position, make it a feeling. So you're hugging her, all of a sudden she's moving again, so it makes you look at her, and then it just makes you, oh, look at that, beautiful. Yeah. So it feels like you're speaking rather than picture.
I love the way I place myself there. Like, yeah. Can we just look at the intention of the ending before we
Yes.
make you run it one more time before we run out of time?
So that's
So once
floor.
he's put you down and
So
you're
you're
here,
here.
and I think we talked
And
that
you're here, this way, yeah?
this arm uses, did we say it goes to 5th?
Yeah. And then,
So you're here. I think the legs should stay this way. That's another thing we'll talk.
and then it's almost as the fact that she's going back makes you stand up over her, looking at
And
her.
slowly.
And then, Harrison, you look that way. It's almost, again, destiny. Destiny. And then as you like, can
Sorry,
you
I
stay?
have a microphone. I can't.
Oh, sorry.
write down.
As you go here, put your hand here. I think you were there, weren't you?
Yeah.
Round her face. That way, yeah. Sort of.
It's almost that quiet moment. You go forward, you invite him in, you drop, 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 and then just at the end, all comes together. Down and lift and.
But, so hold on, Ella, you didn't. That's very good Martha Graham. But you didn't look at him once. You didn't look at him once. So make sure that you're doing it. The purpose you're doing it is to him, to draw him in. And the same thing, you have to react to her. So you don't get into your knees until she's called you.
So you
Be a
go
good boy.
And gather it, one arm and up.
She calls
and
you.
now, yeah, core, but
That's
you do
it.
that also. Yeah, and
That's
open,
it.
open, good, good. There we go. Yes, perfect.
When you're
Yeah,
looking at her.
yeah. So it doesn't look like we are Jane Fonda.
Yeah, so you're, sorry, the first one, sorry. You're here, then you
way.
go up, you're looking over at
Exactly.
her. Then you
Perfect.
extend
Yes,
that like you did at the beginning.
Yeah,
that
nice.
way. And then you can rearrange that leg. You can, I used to have, if you need to move it to be closer to her, and then that's it. So we end up in that same diagonal. That's it together.
Good.
That's it. Yeah. Fine. Yes, fine. Yeah, lovely. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Shall we
few-
run
yeah.
it once?
Yeah, with all that in. Okay.
Just see how much has gone in. Yeah, but try to
One last thing, the first round
see
is to do.
eyes,
what did it do? Is it after
intention,
that,
back, so that
yeah.
it connects to each
See her,
other.
she's
Maybe
boring
that's what we
across.
want to see a little
So
bit
you do
more.
that,
Yeah.
she bourres across, so you start your arabesque, but then she bourres across, so you see her, which then takes you into the next. Yeah. So always be aware of where she is.
Come on, Ricardo.
That's it. Sorry. Last touches.
We have to let them live their own life now. Set them free. Okay, thank you.
nasty little number.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you. Really beautiful. Thank you very much.
So, I mean, that's a lot of information in one session of 45 minutes. If you were principals, you would have killed us by now. But well done. Really well retained everything. Excellent work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gorgeous. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Gorgeous.
Good. You can now
Absolutely
everybody
stunning.
to your work.
Yeah.